Your first flight is supposed to be exciting, the kickoff to an amazing adventure. But for a lot of first-time flyers, it quickly turns into a stressful nightmare before they even get off the ground. A forgotten document here, a simple packing mistake there, and suddenly you're that person, the one holding up the security line, getting a stern look from a TSA agent and nervously watching the clock tick down to your flight. But here's the good news. Every single one of these travel-souring mistakes is completely avoidable. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 7 biggest airport security mistakes that first-time flyers always seem to make. And more importantly, how you can breeze through the airport like you've been doing it for years. We'll go in chronological order from your couch to your gate so you know exactly what to do and when. And you'll want to stick around for the last mistake, because it's one that even experienced travelers make, and it can throw your whole trip into a panic. Section 1. The pre-airport panic mistake number 1. Ignoring your digital lifeline. The first mistake happens before you've even packed your car. It's failing to check in online. Almost every airline opens online check-in 24 hours before the flight, and taking 5 minutes to do this is a total game changer. It's your first and best chance to confirm your seat, pay for any checked bags at a lower price, and get that boarding pass sent right to your phone. So why is this a big deal? Because showing up at the airport without checking in forces you into what's often the longest, slowest line in the entire terminal, the full-service check-in counter. That simple task at home can save you 45 minutes of pure stress. While you're at it, meticulously review your flight details. Don't just glance at them. Double-check the departure time, your flight number, and confirm the departure airport. It sounds basic, but you wouldn't believe how many people show up at the wrong airport in cities that have more than one, or mix up a 12 a.m. flight with a 12 p.m. one. The fix is simple. The day before you fly, set an alarm. When it goes off, check in online. Save your mobile boarding pass to your phone's digital wallet, and then take a screenshot of it just in case. Your entire travel day hinges on the details on that pass. Section 2. The arrival time trap mistake number 2. Underestimating the clock. Okay, you've checked in online, you're feeling good. Now for the second classic blunder, getting to the airport too late. It's so easy to think, it's just a domestic flight. How long could it possibly take? That is a very dangerous question. The golden rule is to be at the airport at least 2 hours before a domestic flight and 3 hours before an international one. Trust me, that is not an exaggeration. First-timers just don't account for all the variables. The traffic getting to the airport can be a mess. Parking and catching a shuttle can take forever. The bag drop line might be empty, or it could be snaking through the entire check-in hall. But the biggest wild card is the security line itself. It could be a 15-minute breeze or a 90-minute marathon, and you have no way of knowing which it will be. Cutting it close is just a recipe for a full-blown cortisol-fueled sprint to your gate. The solution is to treat that 2 or 3-hour rule as unbreakable. It is always better to be an hour early, sipping a coffee at your gate, than to be 5 minutes late, watching your plane pull away without you. Give yourself the gift of time meets the best travel luxury, and it's free. Section 3. The ID Inquisition mistake number 3. Bringing the wrong credentials. So, you've arrived with plenty of time. You make it to the front of the security line, and the TSA agent asks for your ID and boarding pass. You confidently hand over your driver's license, and they give you the bad news. It's not valid for air travel. This is a complete travel nightmare, and it's about to get a lot more common. The critical mistake here is not understanding the Real ID Act, starting May 7, 2025. Every U.S. traveler will need a Real ID-compliant driver's license or another acceptable form of ID, like a passport, to fly within the United States. A standard license just won't cut it anymore. You can tell if your license is compliant by looking for a star marking, usually in the upper right corner. If there's no star, it's not a Real ID. This isn't a friendly suggestion. It's a federal law. If you show up after the deadline without a compliant ID, you will be turned away. Period. And of course, forgetting your ID entirely or bringing one that's expired. It's an equally tripending mistake. The fix? Check your wallet right now. Seriously, pause this video and check. If you don't see a star, make a plan to visit the DMV. If you're traveling internationally, your passport is your golden ticket, and it works for domestic flights too. Keep your ID and boarding pass somewhere you can grab them easily. Don't be that person holding up the line while frantically digging through their backpack for the one thing they absolutely can't fly without. If these tips are already making you feel more confident about your trip, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel. Also, I'd love to know, what's your dream destination for a first flight? Let me know in the comments. Section 4. The carry-on catastrophe mistake number 4. Packing like a TSA agent's worst nightmare. This is the big one. The mistakes you make packing your carry-on are what cause the most drama and the longest delays at security. It all comes down to not knowing the rules, specifically the TSA's 311 liquids rule and the long list of prohibited items. The 311 rule is law at the airport. It means you get one quart-sized bag for all your liquids, and each container inside must be 3.4 ounces, 100 milliliters or less. First-time flyers break this constantly. They'll pack a full-size shampoo bottle, a giant tube of toothpaste, or a can of hairspray, all of which will get flagged and tossed by TSA. Another common error is packing a wrapped gift. Agents might need to unwrap it to inspect it, so stick to gift bags. Then there are the items that are flat-out prohibited in your carry-on. This includes obvious things like knives, but also less obvious stuff like certain tools or batteries. Here's a key one. Spare lithium-ion batteries like the kind in your portable power bank must be in your carry-on, not your checked bag, because of fire risk. The solution is to pack like a pro. Buy a set of travel-sized reusable bottles. Put all of them in a single, clear, quart-sized bag and pop it at the very top of your carry-on so you can pull it out without a struggle. While new airport scanners are starting to allow exceptions for items like liquid medications, the safest bet is to stick to the 311 rule for all your standard toiletries to avoid any issues. Before you pack anything you're unsure about, just search for it on the TSA's "What can I bring?" website. It's 5 minutes of research that will save you time, money, and a whole lot of embarrassment. Section 5. The fashion faux pas, mistake number 5. Dressing for style, not for speed. What you wear to the airport has a surprisingly huge impact on how fast you get through security. The rookie mistake is picking an outfit that's complicated, with tons of metal, fussy shoes, and too many layers. Now, let's address the big news. As of mid-2025, the mandatory shoes-off policy has ended for most travelers at U.S. airports. You can generally keep your shoes on. But, and this is a big but, your footwear can still slow you down. Clunky boots or shoes with lots of metal might still trigger the scanner, forcing you to take them off anyway for extra screening. So the pro move is still to wear comfortable slip-on shoes. Beyond shoes, every piece of metal is a potential alarm. Big necklaces, chunky bracelets, or giant belt buckles will likely get you a personal pat-down. Too many layers, like a heavy coat over a hoodie, can also trigger extra screening. The solution is to dress for efficiency. Think of it as your travel uniform. Minimize the metal, and if you need a belt, just pack it in your carry-on and put it on after security. Be ready to take off any jacket or hoodie and toss it in a bin without being asked. Dressing simply is the easiest win for shaving precious minutes off your time in line. Section 6. The security checkpoint shuffle. Mistake number 6. Being unprepared for the process. You're at the conveyor belt, the final boss of airport stress. This is where chaos happens. The mistake here is a series of fumbles, not listening, not having your stuff ready, and copying an attitude. TSA agents repeat the same instructions all day. Listen to them. They'll tell you what needs to come out of your bag. Generally, this means all electronics larger than a phone. Laptops, tablets, e-readers must be removed and placed in their own bin. Forgetting this is the #1 reason bags get pulled aside for a manual search. Don't be the person juggling a coffee, a passport, and a phone while trying to wrestle a laptop out of its sleeve. And maybe the worst mistake of all, getting salty with the agents. They are just there to do their job. Making jokes about security threats or being difficult will best case slow you down, and worst case, get you into very serious trouble. The solution is to approach the checkpoint like an assembly line you've prepared for. While you're waiting in line, get ready. Put your phone in a pocket, finish your water, and zip your laptop bag. When you get to the bins, be efficient. Liquids in one bin, electronics in another, and your jacket and other loose items in a third. Keep your boarding pass and ID in your hand until an agent tells you otherwise. Be polite, be cooperative, and you'll find the whole thing is surprisingly painless. Section 7. The post-security scramble. Mistake number 7. Losing your focus at the finish line. You made it. The security check is over. The hard part's done right. Well, this is where our final and shockingly common mistake happens: relaxing too soon. After the stress of the line, it's easy to get so focused on putting your belt and shoes back on that you leave your most valuable items behind. It happens constantly. Wallets left in the gray bins, laptops forgotten on the conveyor belt, and the big one, a passport or ID left sitting on the scanner. You're so relieved it's over that you just grab your bag and walk off, forgetting the one thing you absolutely need for your trip. Another related mistake is making a beeline for the shops without first checking your gate and how long it'll take to walk there. In a big airport, it could easily be a 20-minute journey. The solution is to have a post-security routine. The moment you collect your bins, step to the side, out of the flow of traffic. Take a breath, don't rush, do a mental checklist. Phone, wallet, keys, passport, laptop. Pat down your pockets and check every single bin you used. Only when you are 100% sure you have everything should you start putting yourself back together. Then immediately find a departure board, confirm your gate number, and check the time. Know where you're going before you even think about grabbing that coffee. By avoiding these 7 mistakes, you're not a nervous first-timer anymore. You're a prepared traveler, ready to move through the airport with total confidence. From checking in online to having a post-security checklist, you now have the strategy to make your travel day smooth and stress-free, so that you can focus on the real reason you're there: the adventure ahead. What's the biggest travel mistake you've ever made or seen someone else make? Share your story in the comments. We can all learn from each other. And if this video helped you feel more prepared, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips to make you a smarter traveler. Now go book that trip. You've got this.